Hello, everybody. Sorry for our minor delay because all of the important programs decided to crash right before the start of our stream. So
And decided.
restarted and refreshed, and we're back.
Thank you for your patience. Yeah.
Yes, thanks for holding tight. So I think we'll maybe wait just a couple minutes for people to sign on. I know we're like 17 minutes late, which is not the most fun, but here we are. Wait for a couple people to trickle in before we get started. And we're kicking off season 2 using the Map Styler. After our 3-week hiatus, was it 3 weeks? Or was it 4 weeks?
Is this hiatus or hiatus? Hiatus.
Hiatus? Yet another
Hiatus.
word challenge.
Yes. I was this 3 weeks for you, Olivia.
They were pretty good. It was weird not to be streaming though, but friends don't let friends stream alone, so here we are. Coming back and planning for the new season.
The new seasons. We have very interesting topics in this upcoming Devisodes. More part two for several of these fleet and logistic technologies, optimizing routes. Oh yeah, we have also for the tracking family of TomTom Maps APIs. We still have the notifications APIs, more geofencing, more playing with geofencing APIs, and location history. We have very interesting episodes coming up.
Yeah, and we're going to be end capping a few others too, because I know we got started in a lot of complex geofencing, so we're going to go back and work with objects and actually do some object tracking, vehicle tracking, to sort of wrap up a few things that we started, but we didn't really quite get to, and we touched on things like EV routing, which is going to be a lot of fun, and also Jose's personal favorite topic,
Yeah.
which I also very much enjoy. So,
Thank you. Yes.
let's see, should we get going? Should we start talking about what we're up to today, or should we wait for a few more people to trickle in to our new time?
Yes, we have a new time indeed. It's a little bit
Yes.
earlier.
Our new time helps out the European time zone, so it's at 10 a.m. PST and 7 p.m. your time, right?
Yes.
I like that. I like that a lot. So let's see.
Let us know if it is a better for you guys in California as well, or in Texas on the West Coast.
Yeah, drop a suggestion as well in terms of time, or tweet at us at TomTom Devs if you want a different time, or if you want us to stream on a different day of the week, because we want to know.
We had lots of good comments from the previous time frame, but from the European developers, we had this issue that it was quite late.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know if maybe we should do a different time frame streams.
Yeah, we could swap it in and out. I could always stream. Yeah, we could always split the stream up and stream with different people in different time zones. It doesn't just have to be Jose and I, even though Jose and I like to talk about a lot of random things like aliens and zombies and things like that, and we think it brings a good spice to the stream. But we can mix it up. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wild card.
I like the alien stuff.
I'm not really sure. I think aliens almost need to become a undertone of the stream. But I don't want to digress too much, so I feel like I should start talking about the Map Styler, because I think it's now or never, really.
Yeah, go ahead.
So today, so in our last episodes, we did kind of a mix of, wanting to gauge what everybody was into. We talked about some sort of basic mapping and routing, some complex geofencing. We touched on kind of a whole array of different topics. So this episode will actually go back to a few basics, because using the Map Styler is actually really approachable. It's a lot more obviously design-based, it's fun. The type of coding we'll be doing is really just involved with displaying your creation, in a browser, and setting it up, which kind of goes back to some of our first episodes. We're going to talk about what the use cases are for custom maps, how to edit the different layers, how to do an export of your map, what the different attributes are that you can and can't edit, on the map itself. We also have a good amount of base styles that we have at TomTom that you can just start from with the map, like the hybrid and night and things like that already have their own color scheme, so you don't just have to start out with the default one. And then we'll talk about all the different color settings and transparencies and things like that. You can also edit colors based on the zoom level that you're at. and different things like that. So, and also for full recaps and other coding hints and things like that, go to our YouTube as well, because we have a bunch more videos. Our YouTube recently launched, which is something that Jose's been working a lot on, that he can talk about a little bit more as well.
Yes, recently, a couple of weeks ago, we finally launched a new YouTube channel, and we're very happy to do that. A compilation of the most common questions and topics that we've been collecting for a while in forums, and for questions also from other customers using the application, the TomTom Maps APIs, and we collect them in there. And we have a pretty quite big backlog of videos that we want to start delivering on the channel. So please join us and subscribe, and let us know what would you like to see as well.
Yeah.
What's done, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, two things. Obviously, like subscribe to YouTube, but also like turn on notifications for the stream so that you can tell when we go live. Because I feel like we're gonna tag team a lot of some of the topics that you see on YouTube, because we have really short videos, the hints and tips, which are like about a minute long or so, right? A minute to 2 minutes. And I feel like those are really great tips, and I think we've already embedded, I think, a good amount of them on the stream itself in terms of just like quick things that make coding easier, and they're things we talk about. So if you're always wondering, how we do certain things, I feel like half of it is already on YouTube or planned to be on YouTube, and I feel like it kind of rounds out the stream. So they kind of go hand in hand. I don't know. I think it's fun.
Yes. This was lots of fun to do, indeed.
So then back to the MapStyler. What we're going to be doing is obviously we're going to be creating custom maps, which is its own standalone tool, which is on the dev portal, which I think is really fun. So you can create maps that really emphasize like any aspect or any attributes of the map that you want. You can recolor or reshade anything that helps you, that speaks to your brand or whatever it is. So it can be used for highlighting specific attributes of the map that you want to focus on, such as roads, if you want to make a specific sort of map that really just speaks to, international border crossings and things like that, and really highlights those areas. You can do that. Different journeys, or, built up areas or woodlands or whatever it is. So you can also coordinate them for, the colors of your brand, your website, or your own personal design, make them super minimal or super maximal and colorful. So it's really endless. And so it's a fun one to play with, and it also doesn't require, you don't need to have a coding background to actually just use the MapStyler. You need to know a little bit of coding, I think, to obviously do the export and to be able to load that map in, but that's also pretty basic. But just to play with the MapStyler and create some fun designs is super approachable, and that's kind of the fun part.
Yes, it's very important to note that most of many customers are switching to TomTom Maps APIs using in their own websites. Have noted that we have to change they have their own pattern, the color patterns that they use in their own branding for their own brandings, and the websites would like to make it to match. It would be nice to match the map that they are going to display, or for example, store locator, they want to match the branding colors of their product, or distribution technology applications, or companies that use fleet trucks or taxis. They want to put the background of the map with more aligned with their own branding or web page. So that's one of the main issues to use the MapStyler for. Besides, you're right, it's quite fun to use, very easy to use, and to add it to the code is even easier. I think we can show you a little bit later how to do that quickly.
Yeah, and so this one is definitely a lot lighter stream also coming back, and also if you're new to the stream, that's a good part, is that it kind of helps you learn also about, what else you can do with the map, because it's a good baseline, even just designing with the MapStyler, if you're coming from like a web background or something like that, to be able to use your own branding, and then to really come in and learn. Also, you can go back and learn any of the other topics related to mapping and sort of build it up on top of that too. And you can make some fun stuff, sort of like the very dramatic colorway I did, I think, back in October with the black and red, which is the one that's being shown, and the one that's somebody from the team made, which I really love, which is the one that shows Amsterdam in this sort of very like minimal, like millennial poster aesthetic, which I really like quite a lot, which I think looks really good. It's actually very close to, I think, one of the in appearance is very close to one of the styles, but there's a lot of editing that took place to actually make it look so crisp, which I think is really cool.
I think I want this design, the one that say Amsterdam somewhere.
Yeah, I think
maybe
so.
In a t-shirt or something.
Yeah.
It looks nice, actually.
No, it looks really, it looks like a poster that I would buy on Etsy or something, so which I think is actually very cool.
Indeed.
So I like that. And then anything else? I think that that's where we maybe start going in and playing with the map styler itself.
Oh, all right.
Let's
Let's
see.
see. Well, while you go there, you have my screen, right?
Yeah, I'll swap it over to your screen.
All right. So, as you know, our Maps APIs, the map display APIs, support vector tiles, right? And inside the tile, which is in binary format, I think protobuf format, comes from the creation of our maps that are being generated every week, right? So the maps come with different kinds of different type of layers. And initially, at the beginning, we were creating maps. We didn't have many layers. We had around 20, 25. Then 1 year later, we just jumped to 100 because the maps got very complex during the years. And now, by default, if
Here, let me transition it to your screen so you can show
all
the
right.
layers.
Okay, yeah. Right now, I think we are closing over to more than 800 layers
Yeah.
for a specific map. So our map styler, TomTom Map Styler, live inside the developer portal. So in order to go there, we'll just go to here in the product, the documentation, here in tools, we go here to Map Styler. Then I click here. And this is mainly the initial screens. It opens at zoom 0, and you can zoom a little bit. And as you can see, it is composed of panels, certain panels. First one is the set of layers on the left side, and then the selected layer, which is in the middle area here, and an overview of the map, how it's supposed to look like, or how it will look like when you change data. Yeah. We have by default it loads I think default style is called main style. This is the one style is called the basic. You click here on open, you can go to the basic map style, and this is the one that gets loaded by default. We can also basic night. Let's try to load the basic night here. It's quite good for mobile applications when they switch to night mode.
I'm always a huge night mode person, so I always default things to night mode, but that's my curse, right? Is everything's always set to dark.
And as you can see, by default, we already have a set of POIs, point of interest, that are around you or around the map.
I like the contrast with them though. But
yeah.
can we change the POI coloration from the map style? I don't think we can. I think we can change the labeling for sure.
We can change the labeling. We can also, this is a more complex question. It's a complex question because we can change the glyph, the images that you can put for the POIs as well. But then you have to upload it to another source. But we can explain that later. Yeah. So let's say, for example, we have my favorite is the basic light. For example, this is very clear, a clear one.
It's very
and that's
refreshing.
actually the one that I use in my websites. And then I modified a little bit to have for specific things for the cities. Like the streets are very light colors. Yeah. Also very clean.
This one I think is probably the easiest to edit because you really can't clash with the existing sort of gray on gray. Honestly, because you can, it's an easier base point. Like you could just change like the water colors or the roadways, and then you already have like a slightly colorful map that doesn't require a whole lot of changes.
Indeed, yeah, you're right. Yeah, let's go to Copenhagen, and let's say, for example, this is the center. Hang on. So every time that we click on the map, we see exactly what layers we are touching when they click. So starting from the upper layers to the bottom layers, we see that we are We are touching first a major local road layer, and then the outline, and then the minor loop, because probably the crossing. Because my zoom level is very high. I don't know exactly what did I click on it. And at the end is the build-up area. But let's start with the beginning. The layers on the left side. We see this is the list of the possible layers that you can have with the TomTom data that could be inside a specific tile. There we have a lot.
Well, that's why it's helpful that when you click, it actually shows all the layers, because I don't think I could personally just go ahead and say, oh, this panel on the far right, like I'm just going to edit, whatever I see fit in there. I want to go and be able to sort of tactilely, pursue the different areas that I want to edit specifically as I see them and be able to pick them out, as opposed to just editing, unless I know exactly where I need to go. I'm not going to use the leftmost panel as much. I think especially for somebody who's new, you're going to want to click and find what layers you're using anyway. But I think at the same time, it's I don't know if we should talk more about the layers, because I think that that's the most intimidating part, of seeing like what all the layers mean, because obviously we know why all the layers are there, and that they comprise just a long time of map making and collecting data and things like that about how we need to identify like parts of the road. But it's a lot more intimidating for a new person.
That can be indeed. You have to see the layer as an abstraction of the data that comes from the map, right? Mm-hmm. So, for example, inside the map, when we display, when the data comes displaying, okay, this is the information from a specific road, or the information of a specific outline for a building, that comes from a geometrical in a GeoJSON format, right? So we have the options to create a layer to represent that data, and that is the thing that we have on the left side. So by default, we have one layer per data type. If you want a road, we just put a simple road. But sometimes we want to do a road with a color and an outline. That means a different colors for buildings, for example. I want a building that is called the baseline and also a color or extrusion that go in 3D to display the height of a building, for example.
Or the width of a road. Because that way when you zoom in closer, you can see the outline. But when you zoom out, the outline will usually go away, because if you're so far at it, you number one, you wouldn't be able to see the outline. Number two, because it's so small, unless you were to change it somehow. But it becomes less important, right? Like you're not necessarily looking for the road width if you're several miles up, or so to speak, right?
Yes. So the only layer that cannot be modified or in the sense of deleted or hidden is the background, and we can change for them. Let's do a quickly change here. We can change the color. We just click in the color properties, the paint properties. How are you with purple? I like purple.
I like purple. That's why I always make the spooky maps purple, for no reason at all.
Oh, I see. So you see, it just creates the background color for this, and I believe this is water. This is ocean or sea. The moment I click here, it populates the layer, the information in the middle section here. As you can see, the type of this ocean sea is a fill. That means it's a polygon area that has to be filled with a specific color. And let's see, we can do blue, bluish. Okay, light blue. Maybe.
Light blue? Oh, I like it.
Let's maybe. Yeah. And we also notice that there is a minimum and a maximum zone that this layer could appear. That means if the zoom level is between these values, then the layer will be visible. Otherwise, it will be not visible. Yeah. We can do an example. For example, I will show you here in.
Just shows you how many layers there are, because he's zooming in sort of like a city or like a suburban area. Takes away all the changes already, because we're not near water and we're not near where the purple areas are, for example, right? So it depends on like what type of, I don't want to say topography, but say if you only edit built-up areas or you only edit woodland or things like that.
Correct. Let's say, for example, this area is called a cemetery. Yeah, and automatically I have city fill it here, and by default it's this gray color. We can do a little bit darker red color, let's say for example. And if we update the, right now our zoom level is 14, which is right here on the right side, top view corner, 14.59. That's our zoom level. So let's say we will say, okay, this, the minimum zoom level that I want to show this layer should be, let's say 15. It's for 15 because we are not still in 15, it will not be visible. But the moment I zoom, then it's visible because we passed the threshold of the 15 level. Yeah. So this is also works with the 3D buildings, for example.
And you can see the extrusions, which is fun.
Extrusions, yeah. Extrusions. Let's see. This is other buildings. Yeah, this is the default other buildings. Yes. So other buildings, as you can see, the type of this layer is a fill extrusion. It's coming from the same source layer. So let's see. Inside the map data, we have a specific information created in that tile that we're looking in front of us. And one of these map data sections is called other building. So other building looks like a simple polygon that has to be drawn. Let's say, for example, if you want to hide this polygon, you will see this grayish area here is called other buildings. Now, what we did is to create another layer called other buildings 3D, when it says show, that we change the type to fill extrusion instead of the fill, and automatically the engine will create it will extrude the polygon at a certain height. Now, inside the map data that comes from the tile, we already know what is the height of the building, and that's an attribute that comes inside the metadata. And then when we create the extrusion, you can say, please, what is this extrusion height in this area here? And as you can read it here, we'll see it, zoom a little bit. The extrusion height, let's say, please get me, comma, this is a format, get me the height. And with that is when we have the buildings to different heights. If we change the height to 10, every building will have 10. If we change it to 130, every building will be 100.
So now we have the giant building, mountainous buildings.
Mountain buildings, yeah.
But can we change the zoom at which we see the building extrusions, or is that not mutable?
Well, it depends. There's a combination of data here. First, the map data, when we load a specific tile, must have that data coming. And I think we have it coming by default from level 15. Yeah. I think. So at level 15, there is data. Oh, I think 16, because I cannot see them here. So obviously we are allowing the layer to be from zoom level 15 right now. And if you zoom in, it appears on level 16. That means inside our map data, it's coming at this level. Now let's return it back to the original value height, because
we don't need giant buildings.
We don't need high buildings indeed. Oh, it's not changing here.
It wants to stay.
Yeah. Don't tell me I already measured up incorrectly. Yeah. Oh, wow, it's interesting. Well, this is a topic that we're not going to talk today. It's about, you can also change the certain properties with different components and different range. But let's not go there for now. Okay, I believe that you created a specific theme.
I did. I created a spooky, well, at least my definition of spooky map theme before the stream, because I said, hey, I want to throw some color already on the stream, but let's see what it looks like, because I was toying with myself, because even though it's August, I'm already looking forward to Halloween. And I know we were talking about what are Halloween colors in different countries, because over in the US there's a lot of like black and orange basically, sometimes there's like weird purple, like I described. Mostly like the purple and green sometimes, but it's different in different places. So part of me wanted to make a Halloween random sub theme for playing with the Map Styler because it's a pretty fun holiday, but at the same time, it's pretty far away. So nonetheless, I still created the spooky theme.
I think this background should be a little bit.
It's a little intense.
Yeah.
We can tone it
Pumpkin
down.
color.
Yeah.
It's a built-up area. Well, this is interesting. Then we can explain now in the paint properties, we create also what we call stops. And that means different range of colors depending on what zoom level we are. This allows us to have a slow gradient changes of color from one to another. Like by default, we're starting with this color, which is this cream, and we end up with gray, the more zoom you got. For this specific data, map data. So in this case, the built-up area which is here. Let's see this in motion. We can delete these stops, as you call it here. These stops. I'm going to start from this one color, like a yellow color, goes all the way to a orange color. Let me see if I can change here, orange. There it is. So now, because we have 12 stops, yeah, yeah. This is pumpkin color.
It's pumpkin color. It's fine.
Yeah.
But then we see the different. Yeah.
You see the
we see sort of the secondary color come out when we zoom out.
The secondary color coming.
And then when we hit the zoom, it becomes more orange, which is actually a really nice gradient because it actually then gives the appearance of like us zooming in on a more intense color when we're able to change the color.
I want to change something more so we can see actually the difference. Yeah. So right now this is a color, a little grayish blue.
Yeah. Yep. When we zoom out all the way.
Yeah. Then it goes changing color. So the engine will change a gradient of colors between one or different zoom levels. It's very looks very nice.
That's interesting because even though the colors are so different, you see it sort of go back to brown as you zoom in and then change over to the orange side of the gradient.
Indeed. Yeah. Okay, let's change this. This is water. Yeah. This water is inside. Let's go other water. This other water also have two colors, two line colors. It changes from one to another the more we zoom. I don't see much difference because they're very close together. Huh?
Mm-hmm. It's hard to split.
What are the colors of Halloween?
Of Halloween?
Beside pumpkin.
You see, I tend to consider like the purple and green because I think traditionally, like sort of the greeting card family, they're sort of like the like witch aspect or something like that you kind of see. That's also like you see this like purple green, but there's like black, orange. I feel like there's white. So I kind of to offset it, so you could do white maybe.
White.
Maybe.
Well,
I feel like it for some contrast.
Fully white.
Yeah.
Then you just have to click.
Or like grays, I suppose too, for like spooky ghosts.
Yeah, this is fully white. And maybe the parks.
Maybe the parks.
City park.
The parks could be like a black color. Because they're haunted.
Okay. I'm going to go to the paint properties again, and I'm going to delete the. Let's change the color to black.
I feel like we need to repeat this episode again in October for like Halloween.
Well.
Oh, it definitely looks spooky now. Like I don't know everybody's view on Halloween, but I think it still looks spooky.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. I am not a designer.
I'm not either. So I never. I don't know if it looks good, but it looks a little bit spooky, maybe.
Indeed. Wow. Okay. So, mostly this is quickly what exactly the use of the Map Styler is. So let's say, for example, you like this one.
Yes.
Oh wait. Let's change another one. I think we have. let's say, what is this? Industrial
At
area.
some point, I'll have to go back and make this look sort of congruous. Make it look better.
Indeed. Okay, let's see. What color you mentioned? Oh, green, right? A dark
Sure,
green.
yeah.
Oh, let's see.
There's something.
Green.
There's definitely a vibe. A hollow, some sort of.
I'm scared already. Okay.
It's frightening.
Industrial area is fun. Well, it's threatening, but not for the right reason.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. It's frightening, but for the wrong design reasons. on my color matching part, yeah, the color matching is spooky.
I
It's
just
scary.
hope our designers are not looking at us right
Oh
now.
no,
Honestly.
yeah. Oh no.
All right, I like this design of Copenhagen. Let's
Okay.
see. We say we like it. We say it is a very nice. There is a website that have a purple background and dark letters,
An
and they want
equally
to
frightening
do
color scheme.
equally frightening color scheme. So what we want to do is to export this. Click here, and then we go download. So by default, it will be originally it was called the main style, so it will be called in my downloads as a main JSON. Now, I would like to take you to. Oh, did you know already that we release? We have our new version 6 for the SDK for web. It's now in public review.
Yeah, we released V6, so you can. It's a very for using the SDK, you can go and use it in public preview. But all of the I think most of the examples are still V5, but I think you can use some of them with V6, right?
That is true.
Yeah.
I have in public preview. I think is in the examples. Let's see. There is an example that is very interesting for me that we can allow to change map layers, setting the custom map style. And in this one, it's very simple application, very simple. It's just the same map. Let's go. Oh, I like Island, Vancouver Island. And in the sample, in this demo, you can load the file that we just exported. That's what I'm going to do now. If I find it.
So now we export it, or
eventually I will find it. Here it is. Voila! Now it's live.
and now we see.
Now we see.
It's definitely something.
It's definitely something to be scared of.
I remember I recolored the roads to yellow, some of the major roads.
Oh, yes.
So that's what adds a little bit more. I think I was going for a jack-o'-lantern look. Not sure.
I believe that. Yeah, but it's, okay. If you zoom a lot, it's not. It doesn't look that.
It doesn't look that bad.
No, just saying.
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Oh, okay. You see, well. So it was very easy, but no. What we want to show is how do we do it on code?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I have a purple spooky here. I think it is here. And well, first I'm going to move the file that I just copied into our code. So this is a 5 lines that I had before for showing how to create or add a map in your website, 30 seconds or less, something like that. What we did is just create a map object, and the only difference that you have to do is just to put this line on the style. Usually there is a default format. We have our own schema for adding different styles or our styles or changing them. You can find them in the developer portal in the web SDK documentation, or you can just load them the one from your file like I have here. In this case, I'm going to add the one that I just downloaded. Let's call main JSON, and this is my local host where it's running on my own machine. I'm using, I think, HTTP server like Node for this, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
So that's it.
It's a good
These
little code
remember,
intro as well, in terms of just a fun, creative way to get started.
yeah, remember guys, to use always this API key for your testing. This is the one that we are having for the Devisodes. Okay. And let's see it's running. So I think I have it here. I'm going to reload this. Hopefully it will not crash. Voila.
And there we go. And that's exactly how you would display the basic map too, which I think is probably what we did in the first episode. That's just loading the basic map locally, and there you see it.
Not that complicated issue. Just go to the MapStyler. Go to the MapStyler and documentation. Go to MapStyler. Create your colors. Create your shade. What I do usually? Look at this. I go into MapStyler and I start deleting the layers that I know I will not be interested on. So it would be actually faster to load.
It's a good idea for a bigger project because
in my application.
Yeah, and it loads faster.
Yeah, we have around 800 layers here, and I do have a style that is I don't care, for example, to display toll roads because in my demos or my applications for websites I don't need to show exactly not tunnels, toll roads, or a specific highway. Or my interest is to show something basic. I think I have a. Let me see in the repositories for MapStyler. I have a no names, a small style that I created a long time ago.
Oh, I like it.
This is for a friend who has a company. They were using the application to create for a game. Actually, this is for a game. So you see, what do you notice in this map?
Looks like the lakes are black.
Yeah, there are no names.
Sorry?
There are no labels.
Yeah, there's also no labels too.
Yeah, for example, we know that this is Amsterdam, but there are no labels. Yeah. And when we wanted to do this as a background for their own design for the games. Yeah.
It also works as a good fantasy map because it could be anywhere.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah, they would use it like that. And in this case, there's an issue here because this is water.
Oh, so the water's green then because I see.
The water is,
or maybe it's at a certain zoom.
Yeah. Yeah, I was not clicking. All right.
Learning new things about the MapStyler.
Yeah. And then in my application, I just added here. It's called I think it's no names. Let's see, no names, and no names in my app. And that's it. So slow that.
Super simple.
Yeah, just to add it. Quite fast. It has less layers to display because I removed several of them. So you own the style. It's your creation. You have you're the owner when you create the style, so you can do whatever you want to do.
How's our video quality doing? I'm noticing it getting pretty fuzzy when I'm watching when I pull up the stream. So I'm hoping that we're not lagging. I don't know whether it's the power or the routers or what's going on, but I'm hoping that we're not lagging. So definitely ping us in the chat if there's something going on, and we can see how to address it for the next time too.
I see. Sometimes it gets
a bit fuzzy.
A bit fuzzy, yes, indeed.
Luckily, it seems to be good now, so you can actually see all the different parts of the map and the different colorations. So also, if you're just on the stream, we just loaded, as you can see in the browser window, the map just onto just a basic browser display. So using our map style, putting the JSON in and displaying it. So just a really quick basic, displaying the basic map for web. And after doing some sort of like light editing of the different layers and talking about what you can use them for. So a pretty easy, fun project. Also a fun intro to just mapping as a coding concept, if that's a new thing.
And don't forget, the MapStyler live inside the developer portal in the tools section, just on top of the Map API Explorer. So click here, and by default it loads the the main. Well, but actually, it's it loads by default the main style.
Or it loads your last style.
But whenever you're working on it, just serves in the cookie your style, and then you will load it every time, right?
Even if you're logged out, I've noticed that it will, because it will still load the most previous style. But if you're on a new machine or a new browser, you'll have to just log in or just paste in your API key to actually start developing. It'll come up with a window first. So the first time you use it, you have to have your API key ready, or you have to log in or create an account. But after that, it'll just load automatically for you. I like the green on green too.
Yeah, you like it.
I like it.
This is a national park. I wanted it to be a little bit less green.
I want to sort of use the idea that we showed in the beginning with sort of like the all black and white minimalist sort of map poster look, and I'd love to do it with like a pink and white or something like that. To be a very cool poster to design, just to make it nice and minimal. Yeah. There's a lot of cool things to be done.
Imagination is your limit. So I want to add some transparency and a little grayish to the parks, and maybe this black is not good, but the blue comes out with white I like. And
I also like the blue with the black, especially showing like some of the major lakes too.
Oh, major lakes.
Yeah, I think that is what's being colored.
Yeah, this is, I think it's called other water. So it's the water that is not because we have a section for lakes. You can see these are lakes, big lakes. It's called lake.
It illustrates them really well.
Yeah, I think specific lakes. Other water is water that goes inside, like for example inside the peninsula or inside
got it.
A fjord or something like that.
Fjord water.
Rivers is different. You see, rivers. Totally different. Is this a river? I think.
Is it? Oh yeah, because the rivers are green, I think, which makes them look like roads almost, but it still looks very cool. Or are they roads?
It's not a river.
Is it not a river? No. Are they still blue? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Lost here. It looks like the background color.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's the background color.
Let me check. Double check here. See, you check. It's white, so we can go like. Yeah, oh yeah, that was black. It's the background color. Yeah. What city is this? Looks.
Has some diagonal cross street roundabout looking things.
Washington DC.
Where are we? We're definitely east U.S.
That's not Washington. Oh wait, it is Washington DC.
What should be Washington? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Testing geography on the map coding channel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, look at this. It's a circle. Circle. Yeah. Oh yeah. Look at the White House.
It's different than going to Area 51, which mostly
do
flat.
Not make me go there.
No, it's true. Oh no, because we used Roswell instead because Area 51's a military space, so we didn't use that one.
Without labels, you cannot find anything.
There's really nothing to find because there's nothing to indicate it, so that's why we used Roswell. In case anybody was ever wondering, but.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Please let us know what do you think about the Map Styler. What can you create with it?
Yeah.
It would be interesting.
And we want to hear your projects, and then come back for our next stream. Will actually be it's September 8th. So after that, it's every other Tuesday. I know we have a little bit of a gap. I think there was like an event or there's holiday. No, there's Labor Day coming up. So that's post Labor Day. So when everybody's back. We'll have our another stream, and we want to throw in another stream before then to keep it pretty even too. So keep a heads up on Twitter to see what we end up doing to fill in that time.
We might do one in around 9 days. 9 days.
Yeah,
like
I think so. So that would be the prime time for us to do another stream, but we'll post it on Twitter and we'll post it on here as well on our schedule. And then we'll see you back after Labor Day when everybody's for sure back and have our every other Tuesday schedule then.
Yes. Well, thank you, Olivia.
Thanks, Jose. So, definitely rate my frightening design color matching skills, or create your own and show us, tag us on Twitter, and come say hi.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Happy mapping, everybody.
Thank you for watching.